Twilight, breaking cervix.
It's about time.
Yeah.
So is this the movie where Bella gets impregnated with the giant disco ball, and the other gay wolf pack gets pissed off because they're scared that they're actually going to reopen the gay club and put that disco ball in there? And
I don't know.
All hell's going to break loose.
I've heard so many weird things about this. I heard she gave birth to Bat Boy. I really have heard I've heard so many things, and I don't read these books, so I don't know. I heard she had a baby that was eaten through her stomach. I heard the baby actually like an alien burst out of the stomach and runs out the room screaming. I don't know what's
Spoiler
true.
alerts.
I don't know if that's true or not. I'm telling you what I hear.
What would make this story interesting is actually if she gave birth and it was a werewolf.
Right.
Then we have something going on.
Then there's a little bit of controversy.
Like she actually gave birth to a litter of puppies. And was looking over at that wolf boy like, what the fuck? Hey man, I don't know.
Time to get out of here.
I can tell you, this is such a blatant appeal to the females who are fans of, well, I'm sorry, are there any male fans? And if you are, go ahead and come out of the closet. But, it starts in the whole first half of this trailer is a Nicholas Sparks movie. It's like, oh, it's a wedding, and it's the perfect wedding, except something's clearly anemic about the husband. But other than that, it's like, oh, it's so wonderful. Isn't love wonderful? Isn't it great? I love it.
Bella's fantasy wedding? Yes.
Well, you know the thing was, looking at it at the trailer, all the stuff that's going on, I'm like, you know what? This actually would be, it looks like it's a cool wedding and a great honeymoon, except for the fact that the bride looks like she's smelling a fart the entire time. It's like, sweetheart, you got the guy, he's marrying you. Yeah. Cheer up. Get that frown off your face. The only person who should be looking sad is the dad. And every time I look at the dad, I'm like, oh, that poor son of a bitch. He just looks like my little girl, and there's nothing.
You're right, and that's the problem with these movies is that every single goddamn movie, all these actors have the same fucking expression that they've had since the very first movie. Yeah. It's like, wow, there is no kind of progression whatsoever as far as the fucking attitudes and the moods of these people. You got fucking Bella, who still can't decide what the fuck she wants to do with her life, where you got fucking Taylor Llama running off, fucking taking off his clothes, running into the woods for the 100th fucking time. I'm like, why do I feel like I've already fucking seen this movie time and time again, except they're throwing in a fucking wedding?
And she should be happy. I mean, hell, she just gave her last blowjob. Congratulations.
Well, I mean, there was just such a urge to break into the movie and pull Jacob aside like, dude, she is not into you, all right?
I love that. He is still not giving up, man. Yeah. They have a scene in the trailer where he's hugging her. You know he's a wolf, so I get the feeling that she's like, Jacob, are you pissing on me right now?
Are you humping my leg?
Are you trying to mark your territory? Like, shit, I had to do something. Come on, I'm desperate right now.
So Bella, what are you doing? I'm getting married. What are you doing later?
You know, he probably showed up at the wedding still wearing no shirt, had a tie on. Looking like a Chippendales dancer.
Looking like a Chippendales dancer, yeah. Hey, everybody. But no, I look at the trailer for this, and I don't know. I mean, as the movies go on, they seem to get bigger directors. Like Bill Condon is the director for this. The guy that did Dreamgirls, Kinsey, Gods and Monsters. So they seem like they're trying to get this a little more credibility. Like the directors are like, everybody's gonna keep talking shit about us unless we get somebody that actually is a real director.
Yeah, but you still can't polish a turd, but so much. I mean, this book, even among fans, the last book was considered to be not that great.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah,
we're in trouble.
Exactly, because God knows the first two weren't.
I gotta say, man, with that third movie, I felt hope. Like, okay, look, somebody came in here and did something that made a watchable movie, and maybe we can move on to something better. But this trailer looks like what they moved on to was just sheer comedy. I mean, it was hard to watch that and just not laugh in every single scene.
Well, I'm hoping that they do what they did in the last movie, where they were like, okay, this shit is stupid. We know. Well, let's just put more action into it. Let's make the wolves look better.
Yeah.
Let's kind of make them the stars of the movie, make them more aggressive, and hope that at least we can somehow make it salvageable in that area. And that's what I'm looking at in this trailer here. I'm like, hopefully there'll be enough distraction with the action that it can be enjoyable.
Watching it in real high def on your TV, it is so obvious that all the vampire guys are just wearing either flour or pancake makeup on their face and not actually pale. I mean, it just looks like they tried tried out for a circus, and that's the best they could do.
I feel
it's
like
distracting.
I feel like they change the makeup in every movie, like whoever's doing it a
Yeah.
little bit, and I don't understand why they would do that. I mean, don't you want continuity? The guy who plays the doctor guy, I forget.
Oh yeah,
his name.
Peter Fasinelli.
I was like, what the fuck, dude? You couldn't walk into a hospital anywhere looking like that.
Oh yeah.
I'm sorry, but yeah, I mean, as far as the continuity, because the continuity looks like it's still intact. It still looks like shit from the very first movie. So I think the continuity is fucking fantastic
Right.
on this movie. I mean, looking at the fucking wolves are like, okay, Jesus. You know what? I've given up. I've given up on that quest to see better effects in these goddamn Twilight movies.
I've always wondered about that because I remember before I knew the Doctor was a vampire, you know, the father of Edward.
Yeah.
And I always thought, like, is he part-time as a mime or something? You know, 'cause I'm just like, yeah, nobody go to work looking like this.
Dr. Goth.
Yeah,
Only
right,
job he could get, like, passing for real in the human world would be as Michael Jackson.
Don't you know he goes under the name Dr. Acula? Come on, dummy.
Yeah, that fool goes to work and mimes his way through a surgery, really doesn't do it. He's wearing a beret. Doctor, we keep telling you, you got to use real tools in here when you come in operate. I would, but I'm trapped in a box.
If you're that pale, you probably shouldn't bleach your hair blonde, is all I'm saying. It just doesn't go with it in a real human sort of
Well,
looking
the
way.
dark hair would set off the whiteness that much more.
Yeah, maybe
Maybe
so.
he's trying to tone it down. So.
God damn, put on a leather jacket or something.
Just fucking drink human blood already. Clearly, that's the problem. Because when you see the other vampires, like the bad guys, you're like, they could probably pass. Not these guys. It's fucking like cow blood. They're like, here, guess I'm gonna have dinner.
Just become a fucking pop singer. Nobody will bother you. Just like nobody really
Exactly.
bothered Michael Jackson.
And you can have as,
That motherfucker was changing into God knows what, but nobody bothered him.
you can
that
have
much.
as much human blood as you want if you're a successful enough pop singer.
I know, yeah.
I mean, Marilyn Manson, sure.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, walk and cut your nose off, you know.
Yeah.
Walk in there, you know, everybody be like, hey, that's normal, you know.
Do a little singing and dancing, you'll be fine.
But I do like the part where they showed Edward when he's finally having sex with Bella, and they show that scene where I guess he's busted a nut or something. He just tears up that headboard.
Yeah,
the whole frame of the house
whole frame.
collapses.
And I got the feeling like he was clutching the headboard, like, God damn, I wish this was a man. You know?
Dude, the dude hasn't knocked one out since, what, 100, 200 years maybe, right? Because he's afraid he might lose it. Yeah, they're lucky that whole place wasn't flattened.
Plus, he's like, this is the best I've ever had. I mean, after 200 years, this is the best I've had. Really, from an 18-year-old sourpuss teenager
Who's never had sex.
Who's never
mind you.
had sex. That's the best you ever had.
I know.
Like, you're not straight.
Did she lay there fucking dead like a fish? I don't understand. I understand you're a
obviously-
vampire. Maybe that's why.
Obviously, you think if anyone would understand the older women tend to be more experienced and better, it would be a vampire. You know, because you've got older women that still look like teenagers. Hey, fucking best of both worlds.
That is probably because we're talking about how she has no expression. That's probably the dullest sex that you could have. That's probably why he was clutching that board. Goddamn, will you say something?
Just laying there like a starfish.
So yeah, I get as much excitement fucking my coffin. I mean,
Yeah, she's probably just sitting up there.
Is it good? You like it? Yeah.
I guess so.
as long as it's good for you, that's all that matters.
Come on, baby. Whose is it? Whose is it? Do you want me to say yours?
Yeah.
I guess.
Sure,
Okay.
sure, vampire penis out. Yeah, baby.
You're doing it.
You know he wants to slap the hell out of her, but if he does, he's gonna kill her. Because you know if he